Hello everyone, welcome you all my YouTube channel Econ the Learning Platform. This is my first video on YouTube. In this video I am going to discuss with you the previous short type questions of HS final year which were frequently asked. This video is also helpful for HS first year students according to your new syllabus. Hope you like the video, and if you like the video please subscribe it and share it. Now move to the questions. Here is the first question. So the first question is define market economy. So let us discuss about this economy. As we know, there are three economic systems prevail in the whole world. So one is centrally planned economy, second is market economy, and third is mixed economy. Okay. Now the economy in which all economic decisions are governed by the government or any other central authority is known the centrally planned economy. That means in a centrally planned economy, all economic decisions regarding production, consumption, distribution are taken by the government. Okay. So here government plays the important role. In a market economy, what happens in this economy? All economic decisions are taken by the market, by the forces of demand and supply. So here demand and supply play the important role. Here all economic decisions regarding production, regarding consumption, regarding distribution are taken by the market forces of demand and supply. Okay. Now mixed economy. Mixed economy is a combination of both centrally planned economy and market economy. So what happens in mixed economy? In case of mixed economy, some decisions are taken by the government and some decisions are taken by the market forces. So therefore, we can say mixed economy is a combination of both public sector and private sector. So we can write the definition of market economy like that. You can write it from here. Market economy is an economy where all economic activities are organized through the market by the forces of demand and supply. Or we can say it is a free economy in which the central problems are solved by the market forces of demand and supply. Okay. Move to the next question. What does a point below the production possibility curve indicate? Okay. So first of all, we have to know what is production possibility curve. In short, we can say it is PPC curve, or we can say production possibility frontier. So basically PPC indicates the production capacity of an economy with limited resources. Okay, we know there is always limited resources. So any point below the PPC, what does it indicate? Before that, the PPC curve looks like concave to the origin. This is the PPC curve. It is the combination of two boats. Okay. Now the question is the point below the PPC curve. Suppose here is a point below the PPC curve. So this point indicate inefficient use of resources. That means at that point resources are not fully utilized in the economy. Okay. So there may be two other types of question here arises here. One is, what does a point above the PPC curve indicate? If there is any one point above the PPC curve, what does it indicate? It indicates that there is scarcity of resources. That means at that point an economy cannot produce because there is scarcity of resources. Okay. So the production capacity of the economy is that area. This is the boundary line. Okay. So economy can produce that much with its limited resources. Now any point on the PPC curve, what does it indicate? So it indicates that resources are fully utilized in the economy. Now question is, what does a point below the production possibility curve indicate? So as we have told earlier, a point below the PPC curve indicate inefficient use of economic resources. Okay. So we can write the answer like that. It indicates underutilization and inefficient use of resources of an economy. Now move to the next question. What is meant by inferior goods? Okay. Now what is inferior goods? there are some normal goods and some inferior goods. In case of inferior goods, we can write the definition in that way. Inferior goods are those goods in which the income of the consumer and demand of the goods move in the opposite direction. Okay, that means those goods whose demand decrease with an increase in income is called inferior goods. In short, there is an inverse relationship between income and demand of an inferior goods. For example, low quality food items. Okay, that means in case of inferior goods, there is an inverse relationship between demand and income. If the income of the consumer increases, the demand for inferior goods decreases. Okay, so it relates with the income of the consumer. So suppose a consumer's income is very low. At that point, he starts having a low quality food or low quality bread, for example. Now, if the income of the consumer starts rising, then what he can do? So he shift his consumption from the low quality bread to high quality bread. Okay, so that means the demand for low quality bread decreases. So that is the inferior goods. And what are the normal goods? In case of which demand and income move in the same direction. If income increases, demand also increases. That is the normal goods. Okay, hope you have understood. Now, what is an indifference curve? Very important. So, indifference curve is an important curve. It is a hypothetical curve or imaginary curve, we can say. The definition is like that. An indifference curve is a curve which shows various possible combinations of two goods that gives equal level of satisfaction to the consumer. Okay, that means suppose a consumer consumes two goods only. It is assumed. Okay, so in that case, indifference curve is look like it is convex to the origin. This is the indifference curve, and it shows the combination of two goods, suppose x and y. Now, indifference curve is the locus of various combination. Here is the combination, suppose A, B, C, D. So, it is the combination of locus of various combination, and it is assumed that every combination gives the consumer equal level of satisfaction. Okay, so at every point consumer gets same level of satisfaction. That is the indifference curve. Okay, now next move to the question, last question, and the last question is, if there is no change in quantity demanded despite a change in the price of a commodity, what will be the price elasticity of demand? Now it is related to the elasticity of demand. So what is elasticity of demand? Elasticity of demand measures the change in quantity demand to the change in price. Okay, so if a commodity's price changes, how much quantity demand will change? That is measured by the elasticity of demand. So here is the question, if there is no change in quantity demanded, that means quantity demand remain the same, but price changes. In that case, what is the price elasticity of demand? So in that case, elasticity of demand will be 0. Okay, it is called inelastic demand. And here the curve look like, demand curve look like vertical shape. Okay, this is the demand curve. Here, this is the demand curve. In that case, the quantity remain the constant at that point, and whatever is the price. In case of price increase in price or decrease in price, quantity remain the same. So here elasticity of demand will be 0. Okay, so these questions are for today's video. In the next video, we will discuss further questions.